What's up squad, my name is ESO and welcome back to the channel. I've always hoped I'd never have to make this video, but here we are, I guess. So this video is going to be about the fact that PS4 mods have now been completely cancelled for both Fallout 4 and also for Skyrim Remastered. But there is actually a chance that they still might happen, and I'm going to come back to that in a moment. But some of you are probably wondering why I don't really bother keeping up with the whole when is PS4 mod support coming to console hype. Well, the main reason for that is I don't want to hype it up. To the date of this video, we've kind of seen that Bethesda have just been going out of their way to ignore questions about PS4 console mods over the last month. And while I think a lot of us knew this was coming, let me just read out what they've posted on their website so we're all on the same page. So this is the official update from Bethesda.net about PS4 console mods. I'm just going to read it to you now. So after many months of discussion with Sony, we regret to say that while we have long been ready to offer mod support for PlayStation 4, Sony has informed us that they will not approve user mods the way they should work, where users can do anything for either Fallout 4 or Skyrim Special Edition. Now if you actually read that properly, it does seem like there was a bit of a disagreement there between Sony and Bethesda, because Bethesda are saying that Sony do not want to approve the mods the way they should work, but they still might approve the mods, just not the way that Bethesda want them to. Therefore, from this comment, this firstly confirms to us that there will be no mods on Skyrim Special Edition or Fallout 4. But before we point the finger of blame here guys, which is all too easy to do for those misinformed people that I've seen plague the internet, please don't be that person. It is quite clear, and has been for the past few weeks, that Sony is the main reason that we do not have console mods on PS4 yet. Bethesda have already got the system in place in order to implement it, and they've proven that they can do that with the Xbox One. And yet here we all are with the wall that is Sony stopping our progression. So please do take a moment before I go on to think about that before you hassle Bethesda about the fact you don't have console mods for PS4. Yes, they probably did make a mistake mentioning it as early as they did, but we can see that they have been working on mod support for a long time. So if anything, say thank you and then direct the finger of accusation towards Sony. But what is the actual reason we can't have console mods? Well, the reason I think this may be due to is the fact that Sony does not want third-party modifications in their PlayStation 4 system, because in reality this can lead to a whole load of issues, such as we had for the Xbox One, where a mod actually broke somebody's console. Now this case is obviously very rare and few and far between, but you can keep modding your Xbox until it literally damages your console. And this is one of the ideas that would make Sony hesitant. Sony just don't want to say, oh yeah, sure, we can implement console mods and give you that massive range of freedom, when they may end up with other issues that have a knock-on effect because of that decision, such as broken consoles, more issues with customer service they have to address, and that's just half the story, guys. There's also the fact that mod support for PlayStation takes control away from Sony, in terms of how easy it is for them to monitor things that go through their marketplace. It also then leads us on to questions of security and much more, but I'm not going to ramble on about that too much more here. Let's read on. Like you, we are disappointed by Sony's decision given the considerable amount of time and effort we have put into this project, and the amount of time our fans have waited for mod support to arrive. We consider this an important initiative, and we hope to find other ways user mods can be available for our PlayStation audience. However, until Sony will allow us to offer proper mod support for PS4, that content for Fallout 4 and Skyrim on PlayStation 4 will not be available. And once again, I just want to highlight where it says, until Sony will allow us to offer proper mod support, because they might have said, Bethesda, you can have this amount of mod support, but it's very controlling and Bethesda kind of want more freedom than that, obviously, and we might be disappointed if we only got half the deal here. So it is now officially stated for the first time whose fault this really is, and I do feel a little bit sorry for Bethesda here because they've clearly been working hard to make this happen. And I know I'm kind of repeating myself here, but I see people making videos and pointing the finger of accusation about how bad the company is, but really two companies are trying to work together here and they have to come to an agreement. And if one doesn't want to support the other company, it just can't happen. But the whole story isn't here though. And it also raises the other question. Is that it? Is that the end? Will people on PS4 ever get console mod support? Especially for Fallout 4 and Skyrim Remastered. And now I do think that Bethesda has set a precedent here with console mods. To the best of my knowledge, they are the first company to introduce such freedom into the console market. And that should be praised. Because what a lot of people have not spoken about is the fact that this means, in the wider context of gaming, and I do truly believe this, that we will at some point get to the point where console mods will become the norm. You'll be able to download fan-made armor, weapons and quests for games like The Witcher 3, Assassin's Creed, and whatever other games you play like Call of Duty, whatever. And Bethesda has taken the first step for making that a reality, and they've done it off their own back through the support of the community and their fans. And I think they really should be praised for that. But for now guys, I must say I completely understand your frustration. I remember when I was young, back when I first got Oblivion for my Xbox 360, I could not afford a computer and I would see all those incredible mods on YouTube and I'd be like, oh, I can't get access to that because my computer's not good enough to run it. So comparing that back then to your generation now, we almost had mods on PS4. And honestly, I think that we will eventually, but it just won't be anytime soon. And don't worry guys, I've just released a Skyrim build guide that uses no mods whatsoever. And the main reason I like to do this is so I know that everybody can access my builds and everyone can enjoy them. So I'm trying to cater for the people that don't have mods in that regard. But I'll leave a link down in the description to that build, so please do check it out if you're interested. And if you did enjoy this video, please do give it a like, because then I know my time was well spent making it for you. And you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter to stay up to date with the latest mod news. But thanks again for watching guys, my name is ESO and I will see you, loyal subscriber, in the next Fallout or Skyrim video guide. Thanks again for watching guys, have a fantastic day and goodbye.